A bipartisan group of lawmakers have introduced legislation to expand background checks to almost every firearm purchase. It's what Americans have been asking for a long time. But the NRA and its allies in Congress, who have lost significant power and influence in the last several months, are getting ready to go into overdrive to outright lie about the measure in order to help the gun lobby sell more memberships and to help the gun industry sell more guns. Remember, these folks always put profit ahead of lies. So, here are the top 5 myths you'll hear about background checks in the coming months. Number 1, criminals won't follow the law. It's true. There are some hardened criminals who will go to any length to obtain a firearm, but most won't. And if you make guns harder to get, you'll have fewer guns in the hands of criminals. Just look at speed limits or seatbelt laws. Yes, some people still speed and drive recklessly, but the overwhelming majority don't. And those laws have saved hundreds of thousands of lives in the process. Number 2, this will make it harder for law-abiding citizens to obtain guns. 11 states and the District of Columbia already require universal background checks at the point of purchase for all sales and transfers of all classes of firearms, whether they're purchased from a gun store or a private seller. I'm pretty sure those folks aren't less free, but they are more safe. Number 3, just enforce existing laws. 75% of the weapons used in mass shootings between 1982 and 2012 were purchased legally. And that's partly because the NRA has worked for years to weaken these existing laws. They've sought to limit inspections of firearms dealers, forced destruction of background check records, impeded prosecutions of illegal gun sales, the list goes on. Yes, we need to enforce existing laws, but we also need to strengthen them significantly. Number 4, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. This is a classic. And while it's a good talking point, it's also false. An FBI study of 160 active shooting incidents found that 21 active shooters were stopped by unarmed civilians. Just one was stopped by an armed civilian. Number 5, background checks don't impact crime. The truth is, background checks have stopped 2.4 million sales and saved hundreds of thousands of lives. The latest research shows that when background checks form the foundation of a robust licensing system, like the one in place in 10 states around the country, a system in which individuals have to go to their local police departments, get fingerprinted, pass a field test, a written test, gun suicides and gun crimes drop significantly. That's why this background check bill is such an important starting point to the bold solutions our country needs and most American support for building a future with fewer guns and creating safe and just communities.